Greetings, listeners. Your host for the night, Zach, here, introducing you to The Call of Cthulhu podcast by Twisted Gear Studios. As always, we thank our donators over on Ko-fi for getting us here, such as Alec, KJ, Noops, D Devil 1193, TJ, Taylor, James, Tyler, Rosa, Alex, Wes, and Flatted Fifth. And if you want to help support the show, offer up sanity to investigators and things like that, please check out our Ko-fi page for more. We may even be shaking up the whole sanity for investigators bit, but we'll tackle that soon. Currently, the community is working to help get us some of the parts that we need to start adding video to podcasts. We thank you all for your support so far. Otherwise, please take a look at our merch shop over on twistedgearstudios.com. We're over halfway there. Before we get into the episode, a few announcements. We've received a few messages responding to some of the mic issues in the last few episodes. We have a hard time getting together, so we record in batches of several episodes at once. And in these recording sessions, some mics for some reason didn't get recorded. I'll try and fix what I can in the editing for the next few episodes that still have this issue, but you'll begin hearing the fixed recording sessions starting in session 03.32. So, very soon. Additionally, Twisted Gear Studios will be taking a break for the month of June. Zach and Elizabeth have decided that they have to go and get married or something, and the whole studio gang is going with them. So, we'll be back and ready to go in July. But for now...
Last we left our investigators, Amos interjected in Caputo's investigation of Heinrich's estate, as the others have finally gathered to the mansion on the hill to recollect on the day's events, and what's still left unsolved.
Okay, so after the reunion of sorts on the stairs, I'm just going to quickly deal with something right away. After Althea seems to give Cadbury crap for bringing people down there. How could you, or what? I don't remember.
What is wrong with you bringing people down a stairway like that?
All you hear is Simon go, huh. And he sort of just looks at you like, you bitch. Now we're going to move on.
You bitch.
Oh.
He doesn't say it, he thinks it, which is worse.
He says it with his facial expression.
Yeah. As we're going to move on to Amos, the only one who's separated from everyone else at the moment, as Alec, Officer Alec, whatever way you want to put it, I'm just going to say Alec, drives you back to the central police station, which takes around 25 or 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
I know I say that a lot. Some people who are listening are probably annoyed with how I do that.
No.
But,
Nah.
I don't care.
It'll take 25 to 30 minutes to explain.
Yeah.
A lot of things take 25 or 30 minutes.
It's true.
Think about it.
Almost everything.
Almost everything.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's a face. So...
What?
As we move to Alec bringing you to the central police station, it's like, okay, Amos, we'll go inside. You can use the phone.
Yeah, but I don't know where to start calling.
Oh, okay. So, did you want to come inside and figure it out?
Nah, I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to drive you somewhere?
No, you were very, very helpful today. Thank you very much. I don't know if it feels this way, but you just saved Caputo's life. So take that with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Do you want me to try to hail you a cab or something? Because with the way you look, chances are that you're probably not going to be able to. You're probably not.
Kind of psychology, this man.
Yes.
21 out of 54.
Yeah. Do you have a tick in psychology?
I do.
Oh yes, you do. Yeah, clearly. I mean, he's a rookie. He's not too skilled at deception, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
He clearly, sort of, for whatever reason, wants to know where you're going. For some reason.
So as he's asking, all right, now look. I have had one hell of a day. Okay. You seem new. Caputo's worked with me before. One of my best friends just died recently. My apartment exploded. You can read up on it. Trust me, Caputo's looking into it. You heard about Tilts? Yeah, that guy. All right. So, I understand that Caputo's trying to make a break in a case, or he thinks he's trying to, and he wants a reputation. I'm sure you'll be there one day too. I've already said what I need to say to the guy. You've done a grand job. You helped save his life. Take that with you. I'm going to go buy some smokes to get drunk in a local bar.
Prohibition.
There's no bar. Oh, there's right, Prohibition. I'm going
He
to go.
sort of looks at you like,
I forgot this Prohibition thing. I'm going to buy some smokes.
Get some water.
no, you do say it because you were around before Prohibition and you would like nothing more than a drink. Which
Yeah.
is fine. But he looks at you and then you realize from his look, wait a minute. And then you go into...
Remember those good old days? I look him up and down. Is he too young for it?
He's too young for it. Well, I mean, this is the 20s, so, drinking at 6 is probably...
That's
You know.
a thing.
You know.
He gives you a knowing look.
Yeah. So, thank you. I know what you're doing. I've already had words with Caputo. There's nothing else to know.
Okay.
So, good job today.
Okay.
Keep doing what they tell you, and I'll probably see you around.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna leave.
Okay. Where would you like to walk?
First things first. I'm gonna see is Regal still on the fucking lamppost?
Yes.
Oh shit!
He seems to be still waiting there.
I walk back down the street that I originally was going. Does he follow?
Yeah, he takes flight and lands on top of a building. He seems to always want to stay within sight of you. It seems like he's flying to a building, then watching you as you walk so far, then he flies to another building.
Now I'm gonna do a spot hidden to see if Alec decided to start fucking following me.
Roll that spot hidden. Give me 1 second here. Tell me what type of
That's
success.
10%.
Which is what?
Extreme.
Extreme.
Below 12.
So he only had a hard success on his tracking roll, tailing roll, if you will. So he acts surprisingly well tailing you. But
Okay.
he is tailing.
I kind of
He's a
just
fair
stop.
He's a fair distance away.
I stop and I go, I've been at this longer than you.
All he hears, shit. He's a fair distance away from you, but he basically knows that you've seen him, and he sort of just ducks into an alleyway.
He's on foot.
Oh, he's on foot. You're on foot as well, yes.
About how far away from the station am I?
Oh, 3 or 4 blocks.
Cool.
You could always take the sewers or something. Try to get.
yeah. Good call on that one.
But he is on his feet, and he is 3 or 4 blocks away from the police station. On foot.
Cool. I'm gonna hail a cab.
Okay. I need you to roll, because you're still looking pretty messed up. It's not like Marion and Agatha being picked up. It's you being picked up. Maybe a straight up appearance roll or charm. Up to you. Appearance would be easier.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy. 35 out of 65.
So you do manage to hail a cab. And just as you're getting in, you look back and you see him trying to run. He's running the opposite direction, try to get back to the police station to get a car because, and
He's not gonna do it.
He's not getting back in time.
he's not going to get back in time.
That was kind of the thought. All right. So do you see him getting back to the station?
Yeah.
Fan-fucking-tastic. All right. Yeah, I'll give the cabbie an address that's at the outskirts of town that's not actually out of Boston, and I want to see if he is able to. I just want to make sure that he's not actually tailing me, and I'm going to do a couple of things to.
Okay, so you bring him to
Ensure
a couple
that.
of different areas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and-
you take him on a milk run.
Yes.
You take him on a little bit of a milk run. As you keep checking, you don't see that you have.
Then I'll go to the house on the hill.
And you get him to bring you to the house.
Is the bird following? I'm just so curious about this
As you're
fucking thing.
looking out the windows, you do not see the bird.
Poop. Oh well.
Maybe
Oh.
he's on the roof.
Clinging on to the top of the
I mean, I guess when I got into the cab, I'll open the door, look up, and see if he.
No, you
I get in the car, and we'll go.
Okay.
All right,
As
to the house.
Yeah, 25 or 30 minutes later, it gets to the
Fuck!
house. Well, actually, more than that.
Yeah.
Close on an hour because you took him on a milk run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Took him on a
That
milk
makes
run.
sense.
Oh my god, an hour-long trip. Ooh,
I've done it, boys. I've done it. I broke The timeline.
The decades.
The thing is, everything is either 25 to 30 minutes or 45 minutes to an hour.
Yes.
True.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. exactly.
It's either this long or twice as long.
Yep.
Wow.
So let's move on. As you get back to the mansion on the hill, and you can see the Captain Twin Six parked in front. As you get dropped off, Cabby asks for a certain amount of money. You do have money, I'm assuming, on you. So
Yeah, I tipped the
there's
man.
always a bit. You tip the man, and he drives off. As you going into the foyer, and at this point, I'm going to say you everyone else. So Althea, Agatha, Marion, Skeet, Simon, and Cadbury are all. You can hear some talking. I'm assuming you would have all made it to the BBR to eat something. Would that be a fair assumption?
Sure, yeah.
Does anyone want to deviate from that?
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, so you hear some those people talking, and as you walk to the BBR, you
I'm
look
gonna
inside and you
open the BBR and I'm gonna say, "What's up, Doc?"
What the actual fuck?
Yeah,
Go
as
over with napkins and like go towards your face.
Yeah,
Animals, what happened?
Gall happened. Straight up, the man attacked me in broad daylight in a fucking alleyway.
That
Yeah.
seems legit.
We were splitting up cabs, right? We were splitting up cabs. You took one. I was gonna go down the street and take another one. The son of a bitch jumped out of an alleyway. He stuck me with a thing. Almost passed out. Him and I traded blows. I'm pretty sure I shot the shit out of him, but he still got into a sewer and ran the fuck off.
I'm sorry, I'm parsing out between your language here. You shot him?
He beat me in the fucking head with garden shears. Yeah, I
And he
shot him.
continued to run away?
Oh yeah, I shot him like 4 times. Actually, no, I
What?
shot him like I think I emptied a clip into him and he just buggered off down a manhole and then ran away.
I look at Simon. Is that possible?
and Simon's just sort of sitting there, and he's like, "Well, this explains the headache."
I'm still not sure what the fuck this is, by the way. I don't. That's
I
weird to
like
me.
to think friendship, but you know, as he has this evil glint in his eye, you know, like that, diffusing the situation.
Just give him like the hairy eyeballs
He's
and
not
what
the
the.
most good at social interaction sometimes.
Me either.
He's
What a
like,
coincidence.
Gull, you know, the idea of him being a sin eater or something along those lines, being more resilient to kill is quite possible, I guess. But I mean, you were blown out of a window, and technically you should be in traction right now, but you're not.
On the outside.
Right?
It's a fair point.
And it also could boil down to however many times you think you shot him or anything like that, that maybe just didn't hit anything vital. I mean, you know, you did, right?
It's a lot of bullets.
Who know? I wouldn't even be able to tell you, but maybe he fell into the sewer, or he went into the sewer and died from his injuries. I don't think we'd be that lucky, because we're usually not that lucky.
No,
But
I suspect that's not the case.
I would have no idea. It would require more research, just like other things.
Yes.
As he looks over at Althea.
I'm just gonna be like, I'm going to pop out and grab a medical bag.
Yes, please.
And just to clarify, what's happening is you have it's a big, large table, like a oak wood, very large table that then there's chairs all around, and Cadbury is sitting down, seems to be eating a muffin, drinking a tea. Simon is just sitting there. He's not really eating or anything. There's no food in front of him. He's not really drinking anything. He's just sitting there. And Skeet is drinking. He has a huge
Jug of orange juice.
jug of orange juice.
Yeah.
that he's drinking.
Does Skeet have a red X on his temple?
Like a scar?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I figured I'd ask.
You're hoping.
I was hoping. I'd have dealt with
It
that
would not
quick.
be even that simple.
Nope. It's nowhere near that simple. Still sus as fuck about the guy.
Okay. I'll go grab a medical bag so that I can tend to his head wound and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I've said before, you have a medical bag that's also doubles as your forensics bag.
Yep.
So that way we didn't have the question of, I need to take
Which
two
bag is
bags.
this?
You have
Well, are we dealing with living people or dead people?
You come in and you start working on a stairs.
Yeah.
I need you to make a first aid check.
Okay.
While that's happening, I'm going to go over to the bar and grab a thing of whiskey and bring it back.
Man.
And pour us
have
2
any whiskey?
glasses.
My guy.
Should you really have that if he's been bleeding?
Yes. Both inside and out.
I'm a doctor. The drink.
Oh yeah, about that.
Good. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so you start checking out the wound. It seems like from an injury that would have just happened, it doesn't seem to be as serious as it could be. It seems like it's already starting to knit together somewhat.
Yeah, to be honest, when it comes to Amos getting injured now, I'm kind of just making sure that his head is still attached, and if it is, then he'll be fine.
You also notice that
His character sheet says otherwise.
you also notice that the blood pooling around the wound a little and stuff seems to be a bit darker than it should be.
Okay.
Like darker than it should be. You notice this.
Don't you fucking look
It's
at me
not
like
black,
Mm-hmm.
but it's
Okay.
Yeah.
darker than it
that.
should.
I'm on my way.
Okay. Well, I already know he and
I'm an incubator.
Simon are like something other than, and I haven't had time to really figure it out. So, as long as he's still able to get up and move around without falling into a large pile of broken bones and scrambled
Can't
organs,
promise that.
Scrambled organs.
yeah, I just assume through everything he's been through that his stomach's probably up here and his heart's down here.
My heart is definitively in my ass.
Yeah.
You're a Vulcan.
Their hearts aren't in their asses, but I see your point.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'll start shitting out kidneys.
Okay. Now that everyone's here and alive, would we have been talking about Agatha and Marion's trip to Chafe and Sons?
Well, first I want to ask if you knew you had a theater and a maze in your basement.
I'm sorry, what? Oh, I missed some good shit. I always miss the good shit.
Not until very recently.
How recent?
How do you recently get a theater?
Extremely. Well, let's see. 2 weeks is pretty recent.
Hold on.
Few days.
So this was your first time going down? That's a no. That's an absolute no.
Wow.
Why didn't you tell us before?
It wasn't important at the time.
And then Skeet speaks up and says, Garage. No, he speaks up. I'm so sorry, miss. I'm so sorry. I was showing him around the treehouse. I told him that they had to talk to you about where I saved your life.
That was the place? What happened that you needed what happened down there?
What
Does he
didn't
do-
happen in this place?
I don't quite know what happened down there. I got lost, and Skeet found me and helped me find my way back. Aside from that, I can't really explain anything then.
No, you need to keep your...
Yeah. I just haven't had time to dwell on it.
As Cadbury... I'm like interrupting the flow, but Cadbury says, stands up and goes, I'm going to go get cleaned up and have a nice long bath.
Thank you for everything, Cadbury. I do hope you feel better.
Are you okay with me checking in on you a little bit later, Cadbury?
Maybe after my bath.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
For sure, I will just be in my room resting.
When he leaves, I kind of go, all right, so what the fuck happened to him?
He suffered a bit of a break when he was worried about Althea.
All right, I'm just gonna specify something here. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but Althea gets herself into trouble a lot. This is of all times he has a mental break because of it.
Well, I suppose we should let you know what Agatha and I were able to uncover at Chafe and Sons. We were able to get a couple of robes and a couple of masks.
Damn.
Unfortunately, when I showed one of the masks to Cadbury, he panicked. He seemed to recognize it.
Now, I also want to reiterate, Marion, can I have one of the masks,
Of course.
please? Tell me if this doesn't look familiar to you, and I'm going to pass it one to Althea and one to Amos. Does it not remind you of a material that we found in a town that we were in that came from the back of something.
Everyone here was there.
You can be real specific. I mean, I got hit in the head. I'm not putting two and two together.
He knows.
Okay, well, I think it's the same as the bone.
At this point, I'm going to allow Althea to make a biology, I believe you have.
Yep. I do
Roll
biology.
with a bonus die because you
Okay.
did inspect it before, whereas
Nice.
you didn't inspect it too. You did hold it, and there was
Yeah, I threw the damn thing
the
because it
thing
started biting me.
embedding into your hand.
Biting
Yeah.
I got a 43 out of 54.
Nice.
You haven't taken that.
I do now. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it is the same. Seems to be the same material. You recognize it right away.
Okay.
Amos isn't really sure, and then till Agatha says it reminds me.
So then why isn't it, felt like the thing that I grabbed back then bit me in the, wherever you touched it. This seems to be fine.
Did it bite you? I thought it just had spines on it.
Or whatever. It was stabby. It hurt. This one seems to be fine.
Well, I don't know. Somebody could have smoothed it out, but honestly, when I first touched it, it was kind of weird. It almost felt like you could mold it, but then it was hard again. I don't know. I cannot tell you why. But that's what I thought.
Some materials change like that just due to temperature. I'm sure if you warmed it up.
I do
Oh,
the
maybe,
flexing.
but
As you take it to try to flex it, it does feel under your fingertips like it's slightly malleable, but it doesn't really bend with just a light force. You know what I mean?
Can I
It's
see?
weird. It's not reacting as a normal.
You said these masks don't look like they would fit facial features or whatever.
No, it's not that they wouldn't. A lot of these masks, they have a bit of more rounded contour in a way, but these are strangely made a different way, where it's mostly just about slight contours. I don't know how else to
so it would
explain.
hold to the face. Is that
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you're talking about?
yeah, maybe, but it's not in like it's not really in the facsimile of a normal human face. I don't know how else to put it.
Okay.
So, yeah. Is it completely smooth, or is there texture to it? Like the outside that when you're wearing it, people would see.
Yeah,
Like
that
what we would
seems
see
to
when
be
it's-
smooth, and there are spots for the eyes. There isn't a spot for the mouth, like an opening for the mouth, but there is spots for the eyes.
But it would cover the full.
And it seems to be like it would cover the face. It's hard because in my mind I'm trying to think of something that I could make it a, you know what I mean?
An equivalent
Exact
to,
it just
yeah.
means that it's not in a set human face. It seems to be like a vague human face. I don't know how else
Yeah.
to put it. It has the right parts.
Yeah. But the features aren't defined at
The
all.
features aren't defined at all. Exactly.
I had the urge to try and put it to my face, but I feel like I don't want to do that. Even though eventually, if we were going to Silver Twilight Lodge, I would do that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wear them eventually. I'd rather.
What is our plan? Do we want to? Because if Alistair is there, we should try to get him out before whatever event this is tomorrow.
Well, how many robes did you say you all got?
We were able to get one from Chafe and Sons, and then Skeets grabbed one when we were at the lodge this afternoon.
I have 5 masks.
So
Well, masks are useless without the robes.
What I'm saying is, if we got more robes, though, we are covered with
Oh.
an additional 3.
Where
That's a good
would we
point.
find additional robes? Cadbury did mention that your grandfather was involved with the Silver Twilight Lodge. Would he have a robe around the house somewhere?
Oh, that's sus.
I guess it's possible that he would. Yes.
Well, you mentioned you got a theater. Would you not have costumes down in a theater?
No, there were no costumes of that sort down there.
Oh, all right.
Is there any other rooms like have you looked through his closets? Is there anything maybe in bags that you haven't looked at before? Garment bags?
Oh, of course. There's a lot of belongings here from various family members.
I mean, it might be worthwhile to take a look to see.
So I got this coat.
Well, it's where I got some. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
where we
mean,
all got our
like,
clothes
yeah.
from.
All right, the coat.
at this point, as the coat, as Amos brings up, I got this coat. So it was you all notice that Althea is wearing a coat that you haven't seen before. Seems, what, you took it off?
I changed my clothes when I came back, remember? Because I intended to go to Chafe and Sons.
Oh, yes.
I'm not wearing it. It's probably laid across my bed in my room or something.
Well, never mind.
Yeah, because Simon was waiting outside your door
Excuse me. Yeah.
to say, I was just talking to the staff, well done, you.
Too
Yeah.
bad. So
Continue
sad.
I guess it couldn't hurt to look. No.
Well, then
So
what
going into a
actually
room.
is our plan? If we go in the robes, then we would be going in very close to the time of the party. Is there a way we could go in as staff?
That was something that was our original discussion. Yeah.
Because even if we did, most of us go in as staff, and we have 2 robes that we know for sure, and two go in as in the robes.
Do I know about Althea's grandfather's penchant for drawing things?
You do recall seeing when you went up to talk to Althea about the monster in the basement.
Yeah.
You did see her hollow out a leather book which had different schematics of the house. But,
Cool.
But you don't know about the penchant for drawing as much as that.
That's actually specifically what I was hoping for. Yeah. Did someone say that your grandfather was involved with the Silver Twilight Lodge before?
Cadbury mentioned it, yes.
You think that maybe he's got a drawing of the layout? Was he that kind of neurotic? I don't know. He seems like a weird dude, but would you think that maybe he drew something about the space? Anything at all? I mean, we can come up with a plan until the cows come home, but the point is, if we don't know what the place looks like, really no plan really matters.
I don't know. I could check this. We could check the study, and there are schematics and blueprints and things that are kept there
Okay.
for the property.
Might be a good place to start before we start going into a plan, and then we can kind of build a plan around the layout.
Absolutely.
But I think having some of us go in as staff works is a real good suggestion. Split us up, make sure that, well, I don't know about splitting up. There's that too.
Yeah,
I have an idea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it though. Let me make a couple of phone calls. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And what I want to do is, what Althea wants to do is it'll probably be a roll for like credit rating or something, connections, so that I can see if this event is still in need of staff, and I would be willing to provide some of mine if they needed extra staff.
Oh,
Wow, that was fun.
that's a good idea.
But I don't know, like I'd need to figure out who to talk to about that.
Yeah.
Is
Name, didn't we, from the band? Didn't we get a name from
the name of
The catering company.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we
did.
There was a few different caterers.
Well, we got a
and stuff.
couple names. Though.
Yeah.
You called
but that-
around.
Yeah. But basically it would be a credit rating roll
Yep.
based on and making the call. But is there anyone else would like to contact for anything?
Well, I'm gonna just quickly ask, Althea, if that's going to take you a while, I can get started looking in the study for the blueprints if you don't mind.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna chime in. Oh, sorry.
I'll just let her know, because it would be like, well, I probably have keys on my person. I'll give locked drawers for the desks and stuff in my father's study, and give her a key and say it's kept.
Now,
this time.
would it be so the study you want to go to, not the library?
Oh.
Remember, there is the library.
Well,
That's
the-
different than the study.
The study is where I originally saw the.
That's where you have.
Yeah.
You didn't see it. You still have it. The book with the sketches.
Yeah.
You didn't put that back. You still have it.
Have it where? I
In
thought
the
I
study.
saw
Not
it
you. I don't know.
in the study. That's where I saw it, wasn't it?
In your father's study.
Yeah.
You found it in a secret compartment
Yeah.
underneath a drawer.
Yeah.
And you still have it, either on your
Oh.
person or in your bedroom. You didn't
Oh, okay.
put it back.
Oh, okay.
You
No, I thought I had kept
my
it-
point is, you know exactly where it is.
Okay. Me personally, Janessa, thought that I had kept it in the study. Okay, yeah, the library is probably a fine place to start then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, if you want to say now that you would have kept it in the study, you can, and that's where that particular book would be. But that book only is
Yeah.
about your house.
It is. I'll just determine if I want to do that because, like you said, it was kept in a secret compartment, which meant that it wasn't just necessarily for anybody's eyes. So, listen.
Oh, I'm listening.
Still a good year. Still my family before anything else.
Yeah.
So,
And your weird theater.
Yes, that too. Yes, that
Fucking
too.
rich people.
Catacombs and the goo and the head
So, I
maze
was
and
going to
that's it.
say, so 2 things we're going to pipe in here. No, the first bit, I just figured to be openly transparent, just that we're all on the same page, just being that I kind of called you guys at Chafe and Sons, and we're still on that conversation real quick. Vincent Caputo took a patrol of officers up to Heinrich's place. So I kind of convinced a newbie to drive me on up there. We beat him to the estates, convinced him not to go up there. I guess they sent a team in earlier today. Haven't heard back from him.
Oh dear.
So, however, they're looking at getting the military involved in getting up to his estate. So, we can officially claim that Heinrich's estate is officially off limits. But I figured if they've got Swill's Gullet under lock and key, what's them having the house as well? Unless I'm completely incorrect in that. Simon's still in the room?
Simon and Skeet are still in the room.
Yeah, so I just kind of mentioned to see if Simon has any disdain towards that as a suggestion, as it was him that sent us to Heinrich's house.
Oh, it was Father O'Malley.
That's right.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
But
that's that.
Simon does say, well, I mean, if the military's there, they're probably going to cordon off the area, similar to Swill's Gullet.
Oh,
It's going to
exactly.
be a no-go zone, and if that's the military's problem at that point.
Exactly.
I'm sure if it's taken over by the military, they're not just going to let any run-of-the-mill police officers in. That's not
No.
how that functions usually.
Well, it's better than any police officers going in and just dying.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So,
How did your interviews go? He just asks because he knows you
Fine.
went for
He
interviews.
seemed. He may have some questions for Althea.
oh yeah, he's going to be calling you something fierce here.
Oh, so maybe
Also, we kind of made it a point to not know you.
that's perfectly fine. And there's a lot of things that could keep me from taking a phone call.
Well,
I
keep
also
it.
have a wanted poster.
A what now?
Yeah.
You've got a what? That's
She was-
awesome.
Seen carrying her rifle around.
Oh, I'm just waiting for it. Agatha, what is it that I'm looking to hear right now? What's it's a word? It starts with an S.
Suck it.
That's 2 words.
That's not appropriate.
Just saying. You're welcome in future.
Children.
So that being
Drink
said,
some water.
I'm just going to jump in here for a quick second just to give you some of the information because it has been a while since we played about the interviews and how everything has sort of went. I mean, very quickly, because people who are listening to this might have just listened to that episode, so it doesn't need to...
they binge.
Right. So stuff that sort of maybe came a little bit out of the ordinary. I mean, Heinrich was discussed mostly with Marion and Agatha because of that situation. Sorry. It did seem that Caputo felt that Heinrich must have had an accomplice, mainly because where he was at the library, but his vehicle was at the apartment building. So the idea was that his accomplice would have taken his vehicle to the apartment building
Yeah.
and left Heinrich there, and then was probably going to come back to pick him up. That was Officer Caputo's thinking. He did. Let's not forget that New England Center of Antiquities are basically in the corner of McHanaberry and Central Point Street, because I made a point of writing that down. It seemed that Officer Ricky had damage to his spine and legs. And I write down here, Agatha tries to hide guilt, which the player is actually doing at the table right now. Marion or Agatha also mentioned that an antiquities expert gave info about Heinrich's house.
Yeah.
You didn't mention Father O'Malley or anything like that. It was an antiquities expert. The other thing that really came out was you were in both interviews. Vincent Caputo showed a picture of a trunk of the Studebaker with a dead body in it, in the robes. That looked like Skeet Wilson Bottom. Let's not forget that.
Yep.
There was another Skeet Wilson Bottom body. And the main question was the timelines doesn't really match up because Althea Goodyear said a Skeet Wilson Bottom was driving the vehicle that hit Officer Ricky, And now Skeet Wilsonbody's body is found dead in the trunk of Heinrich's car.
Yeah.
So it became this sort of issue in that regard.
So I assume we're kind of generically sharing some information.
I just wanted to make sure that wasn't forgotten.
Yes, no, that's a fair point. So I actually bringing that up, I kind of go, oh, actually, Skeet, can I get you to I think the car's still up front. You might want to go put that in the garage there if you don't mind there, bud.
And he just takes a swig of his orange juice. Oh yes, that's true. She's still, and it's still running actually, because I was getting ready to take off to go track whoever I was with whoever else with I'm trying to find.
Now we're all here now.
I'll take care of that right up. I'll take care of that right away, Mr. Milton. And he hops up and he sort of runs out of the room with the jug of orange juice in his hand.
How many jugs have I lost now?
A
He's
lot.
single-handedly decimating the orange juice.
All that imported
You've
Italian
been
glass.
trying to chime in for forever.
I do have a question. When we looked at that photograph, the picture of the Skeet in the back,
The tale of the many Skeets is what I got.
was there a scar on that Skeet's face in the photograph?
Not that you can recall, because you didn't specify when you...
Can I roll photography?
Sure. Sure.
I don't know. I had this gun never used. Nope. That didn't happen.
What did you roll?
93.
I like photos.
Yeah, it was definitely a photo.
Yeah, no, it was a picture.
Very well framed.
Yeah,
The
so-
lighting was nice.
Yeah, so once he leaves, and the door closes, Simon's still in the room with us, right?
Correct.
Perfect. All right, I know I keep harping on this, but I don't know. You all got showed that photo, yeah?
Of the person who looked like Skeet.
In the trunk?
In a robe.
That's two
Wait, what?
different physical people that we've seen that look like Skeet. One of which is a burnt corpse that spat out a worm. One of which is in the back of Heinrich's truck. We got that one that's moving your car. We have rumors that Ulrich Fannin looks a lot like him. Same with a few photos of a couple of other interested parties that we're looking at that all look like Skeet.
Oh, one of those other people could have been Ulrich Fannin.
Yeah,
But also, it was a single photograph. It likely didn't look much like Skeet in real life.
As this hits, I need you to roll me an idea roll.
What, me? Oh, no.
Amos needs to roll an idea roll. Because he said something, which sparked it.
57 out of 70.
57 out of 70.
That's
As
a
you
success.
said it,
Please
it took a
forgot.
second and Marion replied to you. Yes, there was the burnt corpse that exploded in worms that created a horrific monster. From the first Skeet body. The second Skeet body, found in the trunk of the car, is in police lockup. Of course, is in maybe the coroner's office. Something like that. Right? Just saying. That just clues
Okay, so
into-
as I say that, I kind of go, and so then there's the one in the trunk, and then, oh fuck,
What?
What photograph?
Oh, when we were being interviewed by Officer Caputo, he showed us a photograph of the back of Heinrich's car. There was a body there dressed in one of the robes similar to what we were looking for, and it looked a lot like Skeet.
and what happened to the one that we captured?
Oh, the worms. He was made of worms.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, there it is.
Oh,
If the police capture a vehicle,
Where
and
would it be?
it would be in the police impound the vehicle, and if there's a body, it's in coroner, where there's a bunch of other dead bodies.
Medicine roll?
oh no.
Sorry for
Yeah.
Althea.
Yeah.
Medicine
How
roll.
long after the one that you chased died did the worms come out?
Okay, 1 second. What did you roll?
99 out of 70.
Okay, so it's not a critical fumble because it has over 50% of the
Yeah.
skill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because you worked with the coroner.
Yeah.
There might have been some more information I can give because she says
Yeah.
with the coroner. Okay, continue. Sorry.
How long after the one that caught fire did the worms come out?
Like 12 hours, if that less.
Less, yeah.
Like, it
it
was like
was-
3 or 4 hours.
Hours, not minutes.
Definitely. Well, yeah, we chased the guy down up on the rooftop. He burnt himself. We took him down from the rooftop, put him in the Packard, drove it here, brought it down in the basement, got started with it. We all got cleaned up, came back down when we heard it screaming because it started shooting worms out at you two.
It could have been, so however long the body was in Heinrich's car, plus the amount of time until between when the photo was taken and showed to us, we might already be too late.
I'm going to ask Agatha to now make a medicine check. Because you got to make it first. But Agatha also has medicine.
I do. Yes.
Those are D12s.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's weird.
17 out of medicine. It's 42.
But a tick in medicine.
So we would already be too late.
Well,
Althea, you need to call the coroner, find out.
That's fine. Say that again?
Althea, you need to call the coroner, find out if anything's happening.
Okay. So now that the medicine check for that, when it comes to coroner, what happens to the bodies when it goes to the coroner usually? It gets
Cremated.
Hard transported.
Cremated.
cold.
Oh.
It's put into cold storage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care about the year. There's a cold storage for it. So potentially that might slow down. You don't know. It's a guess.
Right.
But
Oh,
it
yeah,
could
they're not
slow
gonna
down
check
the
it right
time
away.
period. Okay. Sorry, I don't mean to.
Yeah.
So can I relay that then?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, okay, well, Althea, when you're dealing with a dead body, but you can't get to it right away, you put it in cold storage, yeah?
Yeah.
There are some animals that aren't
Stop.
used to cold that it could slow them down, like slow down metabolic or anything like that, right? Like, could that delay the process of explosion? Or
Well, then
whatever?
that's why she needs to call, find out, and then if we head there, what are we going to do?
Steal the
How
body.
do we stop them?
I'm in no shape. Oh, God.
So one thing I need to say out now as well. Time is passing. It is around 9:30 at night. The coroner office is closed.
Oh, good point.
It is
Oh, I
later because I need to make time.
Yeah. I could pick locks. That's not a big deal.
We're gonna go steal a body tonight.
Shit, we might.
We're never
How
getting to
long?
that lodge.
We should go sooner than later.
Okay, hang on. There's a couple things we should probably evaluate here. How long since, like, we know when the car was impounded? How long since my apartment blew up?
Oh,
Like 2 days?
yeah, give or take. I can be looking it up here.
Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Because I know that we had like basically an 11th month long day.
It's just a lot happened in one day.
I know. I'm just
It
begging.
was 2 days ago.
It was 2 days ago? Okay. Oh my God.
Yes.
Well, we know nothing's happened yet. Otherwise, we would have heard about it when we were being interviewed yesterday. So,
Then we need to go before something happens.
okay. True, correct. And I'm all about, I don't know, weird shit's happening. I'm okay with going in and kidnapping a corpse. But there's another issue we need to be dealing with. The original question that I asked, which is now actually further altered. Should we not do a physical on Skeet? That's 2 Skeet lookalikes that had worms pop out of them.
Is there a way to know?
Before it jumps at you,
I look at
ideally.
Althea.
I don't know. We haven't really encountered any of these slug things in a live body. They've come at us out of dead ones.
I turned to Simon. Have you ever encountered this before?
No. No, it's
Can I roll a medicine check or an idea check? Because I have an idea.
roll an idea check.
63 out of 65.
What was your idea?
My idea, every time these worms come out, it's always not blood, it's black goo.
Yes.
So could we not do a blood analysis on Skeet?
Yeah, it's
See
just
if that's
physical.
what
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically just draw blood and see if there's any of this traces of the black.
Oh, that would work. But we... Sorry, what were you saying, Amos?
Well, I mean, I obviously, if I had the choice to break into a federal facility to steal evidence, I would rather not do that. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm not against the option because, I'm a
Something
whatever.
you're doing fairly often?
Often? No. Consider? Yes. However, if we could... Let me finish the entire thought before we start jumping things I'm saying here. If we could wait until tomorrow and actually discuss with the coroner, absolutely fantastic. Would prefer that. We have a vial of the black stuff downstairs. Could we not freeze it and see what happens to it? See if this even matters and kind of build a timeline off of it?
I need you to roll me another idea roll.
Jesus.
Because this is the first time a lot of information is coming out, and there's some connection points that you may think of.
58 out of 70.
Okay, so...
I'm good at ideas.
You start talking about black blood and stuff. And then you remember when you shot Gaul, it was black. Black blood.
Oh, fucking hell.
Then you think, my blood's a little black too, right? Being a sin eater. You've noticed that it's not the same. You're the way everything works.
But I'm cold.
Yeah. You feel normal, but people who touch you feel somewhat cold. Not as cold as Simon was originally, but you both feel a certain measure.
I take a knife nearby, and I'm actually gonna cut fucking like my palm or something. I don't know. I'm just gonna cut that open and see how black it is. I'm not even gonna say any words. Just go and I do it.
Okay. You take one wound.
Fuck!
God
damn it!
I like how our camera operator's like, what the hell? Yeah, of course.
As you slice your palm open, and
I'm so close to death.
It is.
You nick your finger and die.
You notice that at first it's coming out as red blood, pretty much. Then it gets a little bit darker, but it's not fully black. But it is a darker color than it should be.
What the fuck does that mean? I kind of look at Simon mostly.
I hurriedly put a cloth napkin over your hand and what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets. It's part of the process.
It seems like
we're a little bit different, and it's the resiliency and stuff like that. We don't bleed the same way.
Okay, so this black shit came out of Gaul when I riddled him full of bullets.
Oh, that settles it then. He must be a sin eater or something.
How black? Was it black as the goo that we saw, or was it dark like your blood? Your blood isn't black.
Yeah, but when you're talking about Gaul, when you shot him, what you saw, it was black.
No, it was black as night. Like it was middle of the day when I did this. There wasn't a hint of red. It was ink.
So is that a sign? Now I'm looking at Simon. Is that a sign that he's somehow further along than you are, or is that a sign of something different?
I wouldn't even be able to. This is Simon. I wouldn't even be able to guess what the situation is. As it also pops into your heads that when you went into the haunted house, into the backyard of the haunted house, and there was a shed, and there was a big vat back there, and there was also black in there. And how did you know where to go to the haunted house? It was a picture in Gaul's journal.
Yeah.
Are we suggesting that big vat at the haunted house was blood? His blood?
Well, maybe I don't know. I'm not a friggin'
Gaul. It could be anyone's blood.
I got blasted out of a window. I mean, apparently the methods of death are different. We got a vial of that black shit downstairs. Have we done any kind of sciencey stuff to it?
Simon was. You came down and caught Simon doing some research on it at the time. But also this one I'm getting Marion to make me an idea roll. Yeah. I'm just going to spread this around a little bit. Okay.
70 out of 65.
Okay.
That's
it? That's just how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. And, sorry. Simon speaks up and says, I was doing some... It seems to I noticed that it was reactive. So, if you moved your finger along the vial, it would, follow you, almost like it was...
Oh, that shit chases you. That's what I ripped out of her eye.
Yeah, and you've noticed...
Out of my eye, you ripped my eye out.
It was all black goo.
And you realize as well that you recall being back in Swill's gullet. And it was on a napkin, and you felt it shoot up, remember? That's the first time you
tries to get into you.
With that.
So, clearly, when this crap gets into you, it tries to do something to you like it did to your eye.
But that means it has an intelligence.
I don't know every little creature in the world.
Yeah, exactly. As this black stuff or goo itself tries to get into you, it alters you. Of course it does. That you've noticed that. All of you have noticed that type of thing.
Can I? So I'm currently holding Amos's hand, like putting a cloth over it like a bandage. Can I move the cloth and try and see if his blood behaves like the black goo?
Very true. Can you roll me a first aid, please?
Yep.
One of these first aid checks, give me some health.
43.
16 out of 43 is a tick in first aid.
There is now.
And through that little bit of an experiment, you realize that Amos's blood isn't reacting the same way. Like it isn't following you or is different. It just seems to be thicker and darker.
Yeah.
Is what it is. So there is a difference. I'm not saying.
Yeah. So there's two things there. So you the last thing you said there was it seems to want to go in and alter things, right?
Well, from what you've seen, right?
So then, do we know what its relationship is to the white worms, the big honking things that somehow get into people and bust out? And two, let's not forget the whole skeet thing.
So I'm just going to answer the questions. When it comes to its thing to do with the slugs, the white slugs, is they secrete that black liquid. You've noticed that they secrete that black liquid.
I just had a thought.
Well, okay. But what was one second? Oh, and you skeet. Okay, so now we're going to go to Althea.
Yeah.
I
Sorry, there's a lot of
Yeah, no.
Would you like me to roll an idea roll if it's like a theory or something I have, or
Just throw it out there and let's see,
Okay.
and I'll ask you. I mean, I'm okay with the information coming out that I don't need to constantly stop you by an idea roll. It's
So we're going down this path that this black goo can take over somebody or take on
Well, alters features.
alters their features. The first place we encountered this was in Swill's Gullet. The last surviving person that we know of from Swill's Gullet was Skeet. What if the other Skeets are replicas of him because he was there? Do you know what I mean? Like he's...
Can I ask a quick question just to clarify information? Because we've been trading information back and forth. We talked about Chafin Sons, right? Would it be fair to say that we've shared all relevant information that we've all experienced so we can have this conversation?
Yep.
Yep.
That's sort of what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we're talking and going through and you're bringing this up, I kind of flip through notes and I go, okay, hang on a sec. You said that order was made 11 days ago?
Yeah, 11 or 12.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
The day that we got back from Spill's Gullet?
About either the day of, day before, or day after.
2 out of 3 of those is sus as fuck. My point is either you're close or just yeah. A guy that looks like Skeet ordered a bunch of cult masks for an event that we're going to where they got something with Alistair going on
So
in
we
there.
don't know that someone who looks like Skeet ordered them. We actually don't know what the person who ordered them looks like.
No, Carl Sanford is
Carl
who.
Sanford.
Carl
Michael
Sanford
Thomas
order
order.
was made by Reverend Michael Thomas.
We don't know what Michael Thomas is.
Hang on a sec. Michael Thomas. There's something...
You've heard that Michael Thomas, you heard that, I believe, from a police officer or Bill mentioned or something that there was a scar of an X under the left temple
Yeah, left temple.
of Michael Thomas. But quickly, with some of the conversation that's happened, I will... Anyone who has... Actually, everyone can roll a medicine check. If you get your 1%, if you don't
Okay.
have points to do it, I just want the information that I can clear.
No.
27.
34 out of 70.
No.
63 out of 42.
39 out of 12.
So you're the only... So, Althea, you realize as you're talking about the slugs and the stuff to do with Spill's Gullet, you do recall that they did cause a transformation. There were slugs in the bodies of the people crucified around Lake Drumwick.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Now, they had transformed into those cracking
creatures and stuff.
dog-like
Yeah. Monstrous things.
like creatures. And you do remember that the slugs do secrete this black liquid. So, with your medicine check, it could also be that it's something inherent to the slugs. I'm just throwing
Yes.
something out there. And the secreting the black liquid as it moves in. Same with the slug in the staff quarters, in the thing. And it's that chemical that the slugs secrete that can cause the transformation.
Transformation.
Well, and is it true to say the slugs secrete the black goo, but getting black goo in you eventually that turns into a slug.
Not sure.
Not sure. Okay.
Or at
So does
least
that mean I'm still corrupted then? Because, like...
You're not sure.
You
You,
had-
don't think so.
You had black goo, but I don't know if you. But you got black goo in you separately.
Yeah, but now, so Agatha, you do remember that there's some couple of things happened after the black goo got in you, and it created that fake eye and was trying to your system. Since that's been removed, you do feel a lot more less clouded, more yourself, able to make more rational decisions. I hate to put it that way, but
No,
you know what I mean.
it's fair, yeah.
Like it.
What's the year? 23?
It is 1923.
Well, yeah, because in Agatha it was only black goo. There was never
No.
a worm in you.
no.
Oh, correct. Yeah, you've never felt like there's a worm in you.
Right.
I'm not saying nobody has worms.
Yeah.
I just mean.
So the worms secrete the black goo, but the black goo can behave on its own once it's been secreted to alter someone's appearance or to eat away at someone.
Yeah, you would think that the black goo has tried to get in. Now you do realize that when a slug entered one of the staff members, it created this vicious monster. But when Agatha got some of the black goo from the haunted house, from the creature or whatever it was that was down there, into her mouth, it didn't change her completely. Very smally could only change the eye. So it seems from what you know, I'm just saying from what you've seen, that if a slug enters you, it can be dramatic, super quick.
Well, if it secretes the stuff that does it, that makes sense.
Yeah,
But
a
when
certain
it's-
amount of black goo can only have a certain impact, and the slug just keeps pumping out black goo.
Potentially.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
say
no,
yes or no.
that
but when
makes
only
sense.
a small amount entered you, it could only change a small aspect of you. Still dangerous, but it only changed a small aspect. You didn't become somebody different,
Right.
right? You didn't. Second Marion.
My question is, where are these slugs coming from? Is this someone's experiment? Have they always been around? Have they been around and someone's using them as experiments? Where do these slugs come from? Because I don't recall ever reading about anything like this.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Call. The next episode will air Tuesday, July 12th, with Spacers, our sci-fi podcast, awaiting us all to get together before we're recording more episodes. Please leave us a review in your podcast app of choice and visit our main website for merch and Ko-fi links. Music and ambient tracks licensed through Triune Films and Artlist, and your players for the night were Elizabeth Wells, Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, and Zach Barrett. Your GM or keeper was Derek Snow. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.